All right, how you doing? This is Brian Howard, Director of Credit Services at BKH Credit Group, and also President and Founder of BKH Financial. What I wanted to do in this quick video is I wanted to introduce a new product that we've added or to our credit restoration service called a credit analysis. So what exactly is a credit analysis? A credit analysis is basically a 10 plus page document that pretty much tells you where you stand at that moment as it relates to your credit. So what you're looking at is an example of a credit analysis that we here at BKH Financial and BKH Credit Group has prepared for a particular client. Now, this particular analysis, I believe, as you see, is 19 pages. And again, the goal of the credit analysis is for you to have a deep understanding of where you stand with your credit at the current moment. Now, the credit analysis is going to consist of several things. Number one, we're going to educate you on your credit reports, raising your credit score, and rebuilding your credit. Now, as you know, here at BKH Financial, we really stress education. We really believe that education is the key to really, number one, understanding, but number two, improving and maintaining your credit. So we're going to educate you about your credit. We're going to outline what your current credit scores. We're going to summarize all of your inaccurate negative accounts. And we're going to identify accounts that have went negative within the last 24 months. So why is that important? Why are we identifying specifically accounts that have been late within the last 24 months? Because we know through our education that based on your FICO score, accounts that have went late or negative in the last 24 months have the most impact on your credit score. So that's very important when you're restoring your credit, particularly if you're trying to buy a home and you only have a certain amount of time and you need to try to reach that middle score as quick as possible. One of the best strategies to use is to attack accounts that have been late within the next 24 months or that have become negative within the last 24 months because they have the most effect on your credit score. Now, we're also going to identify creditors that can sue you based on the account still being within the statute of limitations. And what that means is there is a time frame, and it varies from state to state, and it varies based on the type of account that you have, that creditors can actually sue you or take you to court for the unpaid balances. And so we're going to identify those so that you're aware of those. It doesn't mean that you're going to get sued. It just means that you need to be aware that there's a possibility that it could happen. All right. And so then we're going to list, detailed factors that are affecting your credit score. We're going to list all of your inaccurate accounts. And then, more importantly, we're going to have a plan of action. Like, what is it that you're going to need to do in order to restore your credit? So you look at this credit analysis, as you see, we're educating you here on all these different facets of your credit. Now, this is not a book or anything. The education part is about 10 pages. It's a very easy read. You don't have to sit down and read this all at once. Once you get this document, the document belongs to you because you actually pay for this document. When you enroll in our program, the fee for this document is actually included. So the first few pages, like I said, the first 10 pages or so is really about your credit. Just educating you about your credit. Again, education being very important. We talk about what accounts you should go after in order to start rebuilding your credit. We break down the difference between secured cards and retail cards and secured bank loans and merchandise accounts to rebuild your credits. We talk about credit unions and banks. We list some sources for you to go to find out where these products are. Later in the document, we even offer some products ourselves that we have proven and shown to be very efficient in boosting clients' credit scores. So the first, like I said, 10 pages or so of this document is some real serious education, because we're about education. Yes, we're going to help you restore your credit. We're going to help you remove negative items, but our primary goal is to ensure that you are educated about your credit. So after we get through the education part, now we're down into the credit analysis, and you see for For this particular client, right now they're at a 458, 449, and a 463 credit score, respectively. And so what you have here is an account summary, and this basically outlines all of the accounts on your credit reports. This client has a public record. They have 51 inquiries, 5 collections, 4 charge-offs, 6 late payments, etc. Okay, they have 16 credit cards. We list the open cards. We list the closed cards. We list the maxed out cards. We list how many loans they have. We have open loans. We have the closed loans. So that's a summary of what's on your credit report. And so as we move through the analysis, now we break down the key factors. Here, as I mentioned earlier, negative accounts within the first 24 months cause the most damage to the score. So this is the area where you want to pay attention to. These are the accounts that you want to pay the most attention to. These are accounts that have went negative in the last 24 months. And then we actually list a course of action for those accounts. There, in the next section of the credit analysis, we talk about the statute of limitation. Statute of limitation meaning the time frame that a creditor can sue you for an unpaid debt. So you need to be aware of accounts that are still within the statute of limitation of you being sued. Doesn't mean that you're going to be sued. It just means that there's a possibility. So we want to make sure that you are aware of those counts. And then here we break down the key factors regarding your credit score and what you need to do based on your particular situation. Okay. Sometimes when you're rebuilding credit, you don't need to go out and apply for new credit cards because the client may already have several credit cards, but they just have high balances. So we detailed this analysis to fit your particular situation. This is not a generic analysis that we give everybody. The software and the technology that we've developed actually extracts this information from your credit report and puts together a complete analysis and a complete plan of action for you. So, we go through the steps, the major factors, that, regarding your credit score. And then again, we're back to all of the negative accounts. Now we have all of your negative accounts listed in one place, and then we break them down by category. So you have your public records, you have your collections, you have your charge-offs, you have your late payments, okay? Because we categorize them so we know how to properly dispute those with the bureaus. So we give you that information in the credit analysis. Very, very important. And then when we get down to the end, to the goodies are, what is the plan of action? Like, what are we going to do to rectify, change, or improve what we've identified in the credit analysis? And that's where we come in here at BKH Credit Group and BKH Financial. We're going to work on removing your inaccurate accounts. We're going to assist you with raising your credit score. We're going to assist you with rebuilding your credit. We're going to assist you with issues pertaining to the collection agencies. We're going to assist you with credit reports and credit monitoring questions. Okay, what do we need from you? What is your responsibility in this? We're going to make sure you understand that you're not to apply for new credit while we're working on your file unless it's a credit rebuilding product that we specifically recommended. We're going to ask that you try to avoid at all costs any new negative items hitting your credit report while we're working on your file. And then we're going to ask you to send us letters and correspondences from any collectors, creditors, or credit bureaus, or anything that you may receive while we're working on your file. And we're going to ask that, any accounts that you have past due, that you bring those accounts current and pay all your bills in time. And then we also offer some credit rebuilding products here that we have are proven to increase your credit score that we can recommend for you. Doesn't mean you have to use these products, but these are some products that we recommend. And pretty much regardless of your credit score, about 97 and 98% of our clients can get these accounts, and so that's why they're very powerful. And then we just go into the next phase, which is actually restoring your credit. And so that's why we do the credit analysis, to look at exactly where you are, because you have to understand exactly where you are in order to know where you're going. A lot of these quote unquote credit repair experts, credit repair companies, they'll take your money without even doing an analysis or reviewing your credit report, because a lot of them really don't know how to review a credit report, just to be honest. They're just out there selling a service. And they really don't even understand all the ins and outs, intricacies of what is actually involved in what they're doing. And so it's important for you to understand what our number one priority here is at BKH Credit Group. Our number one priority is for our customers and our clients to get their financial life back. And we do this through constant education on the process of raising your credit score, rebuilding your credit, settling debts only when needed, dealing with debt collectors because we believe that education is the key to restoring your credit. Now, again, the credit analysis is a paid product. If you're interested in getting a credit analysis, you're in no obligation to hire us for services if you get the credit analysis. But when you do purchase the credit analysis, that's that what pretty much waives your initial enrollment fee. So when you get a credit analysis, you'll basically, begin paying your monthly fee 30 days later if you decide to hire us or retain us for services. So just wanted to make you aware of our new credit analysis that we have available to our clients. We're trying to raise the bar in the credit restoration and the credit repair world. So if you're interested in getting a credit analysis, uh, you can shoot me a private message on Facebook. You can email me at brianhoward@bkhcreditgroup.com. You can text me at 678-744-4254. You can find me on YouTube at BKH Credit Group. I'm on Instagram at BKH Credit Group. I'm all over the place. So again, call me, text me, email me, reach out to me, visit us on the web at www.bkhcreditgroup.com and also www.bkhfinancial.com. So if you're interested in getting a credit analysis and finding out exactly where you stand with your credit, then give me a shout out and I'll be happy to get a credit analysis done for you. And we can usually get these done within 24 hours or less. Again, this is Brian Howard signing out for BKH. We're raising the bar when it comes to credit restoration and credit repair here in America.